Let me set up my tools. Maximum highlighter. I like yellow. Showing power through solidarity. The zebra pack, motionless and alert, huddled in a tight bunch, hoping to preserve the weak and the young against attack. It's not a very nice thought, but I could hear it. Usually somebody does something or something does something. In this case, the zebra pack huddled in a tight bunch. Look at that. It's just short little bass clause. The rest of it's free modifier. But this has all the meaning in it. You know, it's the pack that huddled in a tight bunch that has all this meaning. And as far as the free modifiers go, you can see them in the punctuation. So, you know, it's this capital letter right here and this comma right here that indicates an initial position free modifier. You can see it just through the marks of punctuation. Looks like this base clause is being interrupted by that mark of punctuation, this mark of punctuation, and really this medial modifier right here, motionless and alert, which modifies the zebra pack. And then last but not least, in this complex sentence, there's this final position free modifier between that comma and this period actually has more words in it than the base clause. So there's a lot of detail in the sentence, but the meaning, the main meaning, comes from the base clause. It could be true that the zebra pack huddled in a tight bunch. I mean, that could stand alone as a sentence all by itself. Here's a free modifier in the initial position. Motionless and alert is in the medial position. It interrupts the base clause. It creates a separation or an interruption in the base clause. There's only one base clause, but it's being interrupted by the medial position free modifier. And this last free modifier that I'm highlighting is final position free modifier. Who's showing power through solidarity? The pack, the zebra pack, which is our subject. Who's motionless and alert? The zebra pack. Who's hoping to preserve the weak against attack? The pack. So all these free modifiers, we've got one in the initial, one in the medial, and one in the final. They all go back and modify the subject, which is very common. And then in terms of the pattern for this, obviously the base clause is always a 1. It is always a 1. So here's where that base clause begins. It continues down here. This is not a second base clause. You don't have two 1s. We only have one 1. We just have free modifiers that are, well, one free modifier that's interrupting that base clause. This is a 2 because it modifies a 1. This is a 2 because it modifies a 1. Sorry, let me redo that. I missed one. It's this one right here, which is the second free modifier that we run into in this sentence. This one is unique in that because it's in the medial position and it interrupts the base clause, in this case, which is very common in interruption between the subject and the verb, it's going to get the slash. It's a 2/ position. That's what the medial modifier gets. The initial position free modifier and this final position free modifier, they just get regular old 2s. They don't do any interrupting. They don't do any slicing or separating. One comes before the base clause, the other one comes after the base clause. In this case, we've got a free modifier in every single position, and the pattern for it ends up being 2-1, 2/2. This analysis encompasses all the concepts that we've been studying so far in class. Good luck on this pre-quiz, and then you can jump over to Schoology and take the actual quiz. It's quiz 3, Christensen Rhetoric, quiz 3.